Previously on Leaving a Toxic Job.
Boski, pendant plus de 3 ans et demi, on travaillait à une place qui est absolument bouffe moi de l'intérieur. D'abord, on passe du moulin là-bas pour faire aller. The most thing they did was not illegal, but it was not right. I heard that so fucking much. C'est pas normal, Liz. And most importantly,
they tried to fuck with me.
Yo, I know you thought I was gonna be gone forever because anytime I don't post a video the very next day, it feels like the next one's gonna be in 4 years. And I'm sorry that I kinda built that bad habit, just that procrastination, I guess. So in the first episode we were talking about me reluctantly joining, as if I don't like money, and being thrown off by the casual homophobia. I started actually telling myself I need to fucking leave this place, and then spend 3 more fucking years there. The first incident is all about my manager telling on me and the graphic designer to the director. Let me give some context. It must have been around June 2018, and my manager was on a business trip for the university, as well as graduation was approaching, because graduation is in July. So we had to work on banners and posts like for the outstanding students. So the whole process is that my manager already had the graphic designer gather testimonials from these students and then work on a visual for them, like take a picture of them and then crop them out and then put the fucking text right next to them. All I had to do was get it from him and post it. Sounds easy enough. But that's when we're gonna introduce the 3Ds. 3Ds is for 3 women who all have a first name starting with a D. And you're gonna get to know more about the 3Ds because a very, very important part of my path. To be fair, when I just started, the 3Ds had me on lock. Like, they kept me close. One of the 3Ds is a director. So you understand the hierarchy. Like, you have one director and then the director has assistants. Assistants in the professional service side and in the academic service side. One of the 3Ds is in charge of the professional side. And as soon as I joined, they really tried to harness me. They would start shit-talking my manager in front of me to get me to like join in and be like, yeah, he's trash. And to be fair, yeah, he's trash. But like, not really cool. I know I'm just starting off like, maybe shut the fuck up and let me work in peace. One of the 3Ds being a director and in charge of a graduation did tell me while the manager was not there, since she's in charge of graduation and all, I don't really need to let my manager know about as long as she's giving the go ahead. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I should have not listened, but hey, ever heard about like pressure from your superior? Go ahead, Adrien. So I did publish these banners, these artworks, as soon as the graphic designer gave them to me. They had grammatical mistakes in there. I should have checked. I really should have checked. Since I didn't put my manager in CC. Without talking to me, he sent an email to the director, the main director, not the one who gave go ahead, but the actual director, because we have assistants. This is unacceptable. We should not have posted this. This is so bad, and like he has to be consulted for everything. But just felt like someone was snitching. Well, he could have just spoken to me and told me to kind of remove them and explain why. Bear in mind, 2 months before I joined, for Independence Day actually, he himself posted the Mauritian flag upside down. It puts my mistake in fucking perspective, doesn't it? But again, to be fair, I should have double checked the text after getting the visual. It seems like everyone forgot to tell me that you could send something to that dude, and when he'd send you the artwork, he will have created mistakes. I guess that's my bad. And you know what? I wasn't even that fussed. I was like, okay, I'm just joining. Alright. I don't know if I'm getting a warning. It doesn't really feel like it. Just like I'm being told off, and kind of a bitch move from my manager, but hey, should I care? What happened was that the graphic designer came to talk to me and he kind of pushed for us to confront the manager. As in, he took it like an actual warning. Again, I didn't. Because again, I didn't fucking care if I had that job or not. I like money, but I like me more. I honestly just wanted to not to have to give a fuck. He wants to speak up, so I thought I'd give him support by being backup for when he speaks to the manager. So I'm like, fine, we're gonna go together. Come the meeting, the dude, the graphic designer dude, caved in like a little bitch. The expression "drum vide" couldn't be more appropriate. Everything he told me before, like I'm gonna fuck him up, like this is not okay, you shouldn't have done that, he put you and me, everything he said on the day of the meeting. He just joined my manager to pin responsibility on to me completely. And I was like, how? Shortly after, that's when I discovered the one-on-one, which would be my manager's own way to divide and conquer. Basically, he would call for you to come and see him in one of the meeting rooms and you discuss, often in the dark, that makes it even more shady. And he would tell you about whatever the fuck he wants to tell you. And if anything would go out, he would strictly deny it. Shady. So yeah, he would talk to you in private and say all the shit he wanted to. He literally said it himself, but he'll deny everything afterwards if it went out. My manager called for these one-on-one with me, and he literally told me, you know, Adrien, you'd rather have things go smoothly, because at the end of the day, I'll be the one choosing if you stay or not. Yeah, but that's not okay, is it? After that, I did find it weird, and I was talking to the 3Ds, but at the time, I thought they were my friend. They kept being like, we're gonna be with you. And some important part of context that I should give is that shortly after I joined, one day they were like, because we were close to the beach, hey Adrien, since you're new, we're gonna show you all the places you can eat around campus. And I was like, yeah, that would be great. Let's go to the beach of Flic en Flac and try boulette and whatever. And we went, and there, and bear in mind, that was like my second week, they started telling me how, like, you know, it's a racist thing, like it's them against us. Again, that's one big thing to announce from the start, right? It gives you kind of an image of the rest of a university and how things are gonna be with people. They kept showing themselves as my friends, telling me that like, yeah, we're here for you. And when I told them about this, about what he did, they started telling me that, hey, you should send a formal email to the main director and tell her that's not okay and tell her everything that went through. Kinda coerced into writing the email. To be fair, I actually just gave the main idea and they rewrote it for me completely. I was just to send it to the director and say that that was abuse of power. And to be completely fair on this, actually was abuse of power. But like, they still kind of sent me to the lions through this. Because what happened was that the director backed up the manager instead of giving ground to an abuse of power claim. Her answer was, if you have an issue with a manager, deal with them directly. You're not wrong. I prefer dealing with people directly when shit like this happens, or when shit happens in general. But you just sound fucking stupid, don't you? Because having no HR, so there's no one to go to if there's such an issue. Imagine me going to a manager and telling them about how they fucked up, and them being like, okay, we investigated ourselves and we found out that we actually didn't do anything wrong. Because of fucking course, they're your line manager. They don't fucking care. They are here to save their ass. And basically, I completely took the fall for this very first thing that happened in my second fucking month there. Just because my manager was actually abusing his power over me. You don't tell someone you'd rather things go smoothly, because at the end of the day, I sign off on whether you stay or not. I confronted him about it afterwards and he was like, how could you get that from there? Which was basically a, I'm sorry, that's how you feel. At the end of the day, what happened was that it just created like a path for me and this manager. Things were not about to get better. Because on one side, I had people who acted like my friends, but actively tried to use me as a graphic designer. I was more than keen to support him because, again, you know, a little man against a big one will go together. And that will start an history of people fucking letting me down there. People literally asking for help, and when they get the fucking help. Let me know what you think about this. Should not have listened to them, should have double checked. I agree on these things, but it does feel like I was set up for failure. This series is gonna keep going. You thought I was gone? I'm not. I'll be on your fucking ass. Just cause, don't you dare fuck with me. Let me know if you're enjoying this series. I'm gonna make sure I fucking drag them in the mud and stomp on these bitches. Cause hey, don't fuck with me.